That's with now with that is, and that's the thing is, a lot of these incidents will happen where they might pass laws on certain things. They might establish certain cultural issues within society, and then it would seem like, oh, what they put that off for. But then in reality, for a lot of that shit,
podcast today, and he met the quicker.
But no, they did. That's all these different events kind of happening. There's different laws that get passed. Like a big one in the pandemic as well, when people were protesting. There was a Sarah Everard protest where they shut that shit down, and they gave the police new powers to basically shut down protests. Then there was an Extinction Rebellion where they got even more powers with them, where people like tying themselves down to the road or tying themselves to fences. Then they gave them the powers so they can just go in and grab you up. And that's just on the books. So they can utilize that to whatever degree they want to going forward. Whatever you justify, that's even with Palestine Action, or I think Action for Palestine, where they I think I can't remember, but I went to an airport, or it was a particular location, like a sort of location with protesting there. Then they got they sent them as a terrorist. So because of that, then anyone that's related to them, people protesting, they can just go and grab them up. Then you're basically being dealt with under that particular category. Rather, you're not a protester, you're not whatever, they've given you that category. And then that means a lot of rights, a lot of things you normally have, that goes in the bin.
Yeah. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, not ignorant of his devices. That legislation, these laws being passed and moved, that's a big part of it. There's a lot of things that are kind of putting on the books, and people don't really look at them. A good example is with Donald Trump with his big beautiful bill, as they called it. That was like a whole big package of various different things all kind of put in there. Then it was like 1,400 pages. Ain't no member of the general public reading them. There's things that are in there where people could just be reading through like years down the line and be like, oh, there was a little point here. Then they double down on it a year later or something. They could be, or they could be like, oh, this got passed through in Senate, but then there was an executive order on top of it that made it where they can then do even more. And that's a lot of how, that's Satan's devices, man. That's how he gets a lot of these things through. And then a big part of it is the complete numbness that the general public has to the news, to Parliament, to whatever. No one's paying attention to laws being passed. No one cares about anything unless it interferes with their life. So then they get that gives them a lot of leeway to just be like, okay, we're going to push them through and utilize it at a later date.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, that's as far as when we're dealing with the scale of prophecy, we're right at the end of everything. As far as when it comes to the destruction, the winds are being held back. That's something that can be pulled off really at any point in time. That came out of nowhere. They mentioned, they're agents in there for like a year plus. They're the whole thing. They just came and took out a bunch of shit. And then, that's something that can really be made to pop off easy. And then what does that let you? That lets you know that, yo, this guy is moving swift. So then, especially when it comes to that mark, that's going to be a big thing that's going to get pushed through. Because with what you call it, the pandemic, that was something that it was, as far as like the end of 2019, that was a relative, it was just a normal year. No one was really thinking about it. 2020 came in, people were making memes about, 2020, blah, blah, blah. Then, yeah, then 2-3 months later, the whole planet's locked down. Let us say like the canals within the city of Venice are clearing up because no one's going outdoors. And then for a long period of time, no one was even going out, other than to work. You get people fined £300 because they were going on the walk. And it was like, no, you've been on your walk too long. You get fined. Like that got brought in, and that was normal. So really, these things can happen swiftly. And a lot of people, they've forgotten how it was. Now that they've been able to go Marbella, they've been able to go Portugal, they've been able to go Italy, they're like, yo, life's back to normal. But then even then, financially, you're also fucked. Because that was another big thing.
Until they go to Portugal and there's a blackout.
Bro, it's all that plane fucking just lands in the building, bro. The amount of the plane just fucking out of the sky. Yeah, man. Bro, how's it that in the course of the year, like 3, 4, one before they even got off the landing thing? Like, you didn't even see anything, you're already dead.
On social media, That's a long time we saw the last post.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse. I'm gonna start from the top. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
The chariots, bro, they're just that's like the ending of the movie, innit? The cherry on top. Because that I was watching a pastor's video the other day, and he went into a scripture about he was talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was talking about Moab, but he's basically saying that the way Moab's gonna go fall is they're not gonna be totally destroyed by the nuke. So basically you're gonna get earthquakes and the earth's gonna shake and stuff like that. Destruction's gonna be that bad that it's gonna make all the buildings fall out. Now when you get like a bad earthquake, it's starting to buildings start falling. So that's just going to be starting. You got 7.4, 7.5, you have a 6. You get a lot of space, like 5, but then you get like 6.7 points. This is going to be bigger than all of that, bro. This earthquake is going to be massive. And it's going to make all the buildings also. And they've been ready for that. And then while that's happening, there'll be chariots, the angels like targeting like military men and all that, wiping them out and shit, man. That's where they get, they've got the Star Wars, and the show Star Wars.
The golden sphere or something, the one Trump said he's making for space.
Yeah, he's got golden and dome, and that golden dome, what they're saying that actually is, is a surveillance system for America, so with the drones and that. And they kind of show you that colony. So that's what they're saying. They're saying that that's what is involved in it as well. Basically, like they're using the military. It's saying to protect the dome, but they're using it also to control. So they have drones, high-tech military things. And that's what these cities are going to turn into. Police states with drones flying over here.
It's funny because
they do that in the but they do it in the lockdown. You go into that. When people in lockdown, people try to walk through parks. And that's drones flying through that.
Yeah, heat-seeking drones.
They said that Britain now said they're going to start using drones. You're going to have a personal drone system with Britain. So you're going to, and then they said they're going to have access to local police so they can stalk a burglar. So if anyone comes into the yard to try to take something or they bad or place anything, the drone will follow them and then the police go after them. The people will be like, oh yeah, now I have cypher watching you. Yeah. Hey, get away from my doorstep. Now I have personal drones that can chase you away. You know, it feels good, but until now, now the government has access to your drones as well. We can override it for the sake of, you know,
Security.
yeah.
They always do that in the show.
It's a matter of national security.
Yeah, it's all about problem, reaction, solution.
That's it.
I've got a scripture. 2 Ezra 15 and 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Like in the Hunger Games. You know, or in time with Justin Timberlake. Certain times you try to go from one place to another, or like the elder was saying, hey, you try to go, hey, people are getting snitched on from leaving their homes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's left his house. So, you know, neighbors were being encouraged to snitch on neighbors, man. Have you seen your neighbor leave? You know what I mean? NHSs were getting applauded every Thursday and that or whatever. People were disencouraged to leave their homes and travel from one city to another, man. That's what was happening. Lockdowns, man. And that happened quick. Boris Johnson was on the podium.
And they used the major organizations of the world to back that claim. There weren't no voting.
Yeah.
Why we're doing the legislation. Everything is right. So the thing is, so the voting lockdown legislation.
It was something that was a crisis situation. It was let go as an emergency. Then they got on the books anyway, which is why they were able to be like, okay, we're going to lock down again and the year after. Then everyone was like, no. Then what can they do?
But that's funny, because what I said, you said about if you go over to the next city, what does that remind you of? 15-minute city. So basically they were giving you, forming a grid around it. Yeah, this is your local area. You're not allowed to go out of this area.
Yep.
Now we find out that there were many people on the TV. Oh, this individual drove from Hull all the way down to Southampton, then went to a party, and then drove up to Norwich, chilled there for a bit, and now he spread all his germs all over the
He's the
country.
problem.
There you go.
You know what? People were disobeying it. People disobeyed the lockdown so they could party. But what that shows you that is when they bring the chip out, people are going to take the chip and party. Because they want to party so much. They might go, oh, they were fired. They were fired before they lost everything. What they wanted to actually do. So a lot of them are going to, when they're after the look, like the scripture says, they shall be eating and drinking.
But yeah.
Whatever, we read that right. We read it.
Right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my...
So imagine that the angels don't even know when they're going to get told to jump in the ship.
When they're waiting like this, chilling with the sword, just ready, waiting for the command. Yeah, just like at any point, it's ready, like staunch. Yeah, that's so cool.
Go ahead.
Yep, it says, but my Father only. But as the days of Noe were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah, like when no one expected, got music playing, got people around.
They're coming up with a new song saying that you may now kiss the bride, then they're about to kiss each other, then the angel just materializes. They're like, no, but today's my day.
Right. Yeah, the special day. There's all these special days,
Yeah.
you know.
And
Planning
the
the
birthday
days.
cake.
They've been planning that shit. Working and planning it and that. Saving pounds, saving pennies. You know,
For that day.
for that day. 'Cause that's what people do. Really wild content.
Like just a year and a half.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it again. So the 2027, October 10th. I said maybe the 8th.
Exactly. So they're investing. So when they're doing it, they're investing in every emotion. They're all in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Everything goes on.
When I say it's happening, it's just like, oh, yes.
Yes.
It's like walking in, they're playing Here Comes the Bride. Everyone's looking, she's like, yes.
Yeah, even though she's been rubbed down on her back, like 10 different. Come on, man. It's
Like some of them in the crowd too.
disgusting. If anyone objects to this, it says, for as in the days, it says, as in the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days,
Man, my brain said, in this kingdom, like, you get, like, fucking nutcases smoked out. The woman, she's had 20 men smoking cigarettes. She's got mental health, man. Basically, you know what I'm saying? There's spirits.
Everyone's got
You know them
mental
spirits,
health,
no, but that's real. But they got spirits because of the different men. So
yeah.
this kingdom creates that. It's Babylon, it's confusion.
yeah.
So that's what it's all about. So basically, yeah, everybody's, you know what I'm saying? But we all fucked up. That's real. So that's why, man, that's why we need Yahweh Shai. That's why we're out here. So when it comes to clean shit up, we ain't getting jacked up, man. We don't want to get jacked up with that. So we can foresee the prophets, the foresight that the Lord and the angels are going to clean up shop out here. Now, the rest of these fucking backdoor, chimpanzees, you know, it's on the corner. Chimpanzee motherfuckers. That's what they like to call today. Nah, that's it. That's really one of the low act level. Man, I forgot what I was going to say. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, it says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
Yeah, so that's what we do. The same thing we do today. Events, marrying, all of that. So they're not, like right now you got Trump, he's over in Scotland. You got, and then they got the Giuseppe Maxwell files. And then she's had some senators or whoever the fuck they are meet her already, and he's gonna supposed to. So basically, man, she's getting off the hook because they're all too stiff. Yeah. So people say they're probably gonna say, look, man, like don't say this, like don't say that. She ain't gonna say anything because you know what, and they're all in.
Yeah, because she
What's up with them private meetings, man? What's all that about? How, like, come on,
it's really like just, it's spilled over to now, you know, they'll say, oh, it's just conspiracy theories for years, for decades. And I'm like, now it's all coming out. Because it's the tea got spilled on Hollywood, that all got exposed. And they were like, oh no, it's terrible. And now it's like they're saying, oh no, she knows, oh there was a list, now there's no list. Like you motherfuckers ain't gonna have shit, because why? It's false. There's no reason they need to open up and let the man know that.
Well, the one thing to know for a fact is Trump was hanging out with Giuseppe.
Yeah. You know, boys.
They do it, and there's all kinds of
legendary boys.
You know what I'm saying? He's acting like, it may be someone else on the list, you probably won't even see him together, probably walk past. But him and the clips, like you said, they're like dapping everything. You know what I mean? They're getting it all in. So how on earth was he not involved? And he's boys with a guy like that, on that level.
He's saying like, no, I'm not in there.
So and then they interviewed him when he was in Scotland or before he got there on the plane. And then he was talking about, why they asked him, what's up with you and the Giuseppe Maxwell and Epstein? And you know what he said? He went, I was like, that's deflection. Well, no, they asked you. They asked about
your boy, bro.
You're in office right now. What's the name?
I don't have to work forever.
And that's what he did. Y'all still living in America? Trump, man. They probably moved from Scotland. Yeah.
I voted for Biden twice.
Kamala, she was actually the last one. They was hoping that she got in. That would have been LGBTQ,
everything.
heaven. It would have been like on the highest levels, more than what it was with Obama. It would have been just Because they would have celebrated that they beat me that. Right, man? So they would have been.
Full on Queen of Heaven worship would have been instituted.
But that's how you know this is the end times, bro. Because they could have done that, but you know that's not what they need right now. They need Nero really.
Yeah.
Bring in
Beautiful bills.
the bills, the proposals, the measures. You got an act in called the GMSUK, and that's about cashless society.
Yeah.
And a lot of people up on that, and they got the one in England, right? What was it called? The crypto assets order. What was it called? Orders and shit. So that's what they got over here, and they're talking about it. Actually, that goes back to like 2003 or so. And now they're talking about it right now. It's in now.
Because wasn't it the national ID was taught to us from when like Thingy got in, man. The land got in for the first time, like 97. They got emperor. There you go, man.
There we go, man. Yeah, you gotta say that.
Yeah, but don't try to get. But no, don't try to get him with him from back. That was something that we remember hearing about every few years. National ID, national ID. It's only now they've kind of got in with the digital ID. And that means what? All these things, it's been in the works for a minute. It's just now it's really floated up to the top.
Hey, especially with the immigrant so-called crisis. You got people coming on the news channel talking about, well, they got committing rapes. They got no ID. They got none of this. They got none of that. What's going on? So that's another, order of chaos technique. They need the digital IDs to be tracking who's coming in, who's getting out.
And the reality is that was set up by Blair anyway.
Yeah, that's
he's the one that opened the gate. He's the one that said, yeah, come to England. So it's like, now you can see his plan coming into fruition. Yeah, I'm the one that created
that black guy, man, he hangs out, he's a rocker.
Yeah.
Now he's been the real demon.
He's all in there. He's in there like they're fancy shops in it. They're buildings in that they do speech in London, they're like private London, more houses. He's there, he's like, what the fuck is he doing? You know what I'm saying? He's right, he's juiced the fuck in, man. And they're gonna make this speech, hold the Blair. Oh, I can out of nowhere,
Why is it every headline? Everyone's shooting. Bro, whatever rule around us, no one has, but even David Cameron. That guy was in government, and you still didn't really hear him saying shit. But then Tony Blair, he's off the bridge, and then they kind of bring him up. He's got a whole vibration he brings with him as well.
Yep, it says.
You gotta make fun of these, you gotta fun with that. Just because you remember it's rigid anyway. And when you go to the House of Commons, the only time they have fun is to make fun of someone more. There was a clip on that.
Royal was making fun of the African politicians, kings.
That ain't seen that one.
He said, he looks like an ape.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Was it like
the old one?
That's an old one. There was some of them where they got like voice recordings, and then just
Nah, this one was an actual video. Videotape.
I remember what was it? The Queen's birthday, the Queen's birthday years back. What the live stream, and like the black people, black kids come out, and she just starts, she got animated.
She was pointing at me.
Yeah, pointing like,
right.
yeah, we're watching it live.
Like
Queen's birthday.
Queen's birthday. So hordes, millions of people, or thousands, will come just to go Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
Every year.
And thank her for her birthday.
Meat puppets, man. Games. And then there's niggas and Jakes. And then there's Drew and she was like, yeah,
yeah, no, it was because she was reacting to every group coming out. There was nothing changing on her face. But as soon as they came out back, Yeah, that shit was insane though. Just like, and it really shows like Jake. That's really the dynamic. Jacob and Esau, man.
Yeah. But it's going back into.
Hey, well, the scripture says that they're gonna have to bow to a black man. To that image. So all this, because we was talking, it's like being a Jake, having a melanin. You're the lepers of society. You know, like how you had the real leper is Eve, right? You know what I mean? When you got the foot in, you know what I'm saying? You got unclean leprosy, clean leprosy, right? But basically, it's like they got us like red, like some melanin now, down on. So that's the reverse.
Turn things upside down.
He's reversed it, like he said in Corinthians. That's why they got them that's why the statues of Cesare Borgia and them is all over the place. And the Spurs got this come on, you're telling me that the Most High ain't powerful. He's got us cursing out Cesare Borgia. That's his power right there. You know? You know what I mean? The statues, power structure. You know what I mean? The Lord's got us cursing that out.
It's really the whole world as well. It's under that image. If you go to a slum in South America, you go to a slum in Asia, they have that same white image. They say, oh, you know, we still
in Africa.
Yeah, in
Africa.
Africa.
You have statues. You might have pictures. It's crazy, man.
I got a precept when we said about the Queen. Lamentations.
India, man.
Yeah.
Even though they got their idols, you still get guys
Preparing the way Jesus Christ, Caesar.
Lamentations 2:15. All that pass by and clap their hands at me, they hiss and wag their head at the door of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth.
So we are not in the palace, see? And then the Mockingjay. But the slow side is flip where Jake is like, we're powerful anyway, so we're affecting all the trends and everything. And how people dancing, everything like that. When what they'll say is, they'll limit that to, Jake's only good at singing and dancing. Okay, cool, but we go into the scripture, we show like with the Incan Empire, all of this is our history, man. It's real Israelites and you have to get mad at that one. It's in the agents out there, they can't handle that one. That's the worst one.
That is the worst.
That's the biggest cover up.
Yeah. And it's like, shoot going to the scriptures, anything they're trying to present crumbles completely.
Right.
These guys will say, the DNA. Oh, you got DNA test. Like, why is DNA testing?
That's what happened because we had a scoffer come up there a couple of weeks ago saying, I found out I'm Jewish in my blood. DNA this. He tried to say we invented this. I had to cut him and say, well, our people made the traffic light and slavery. Like we made the ironing board, the radiator. These are things that are in the world that if you don't have a radiator in your house, you're dying in the winter time. Alright? That's what our people have done. So it shows you the magnitude of Jake. And like the elder said, the greatest show of who we are, which encapsulates these things, is where the Israelites, the former of all things. So you can't scoff. You can come and say, you guys just dancing. Just dribble the ball. You can say that. Alright? But as far as when we deal with our people being scholars.
That history is too vast.
Yeah.
The Israelites, they can't have it. That's everything.
Yeah.
That's the scriptures, that's the Most High. That's just, you know what I'm saying?
Every captivity.
Right. The law itself, because the law goes back to the Israelites, judiciary system, the Levites and that. You know what I mean? The laws, that's where it goes back to. You got in the Hebrew, you say lawyer. Now, that's a Levite that will go before the Most High. You have to go and plead your sins to the priest, right? So what happens in this society? You get a lawyer. And then whatever you've done wrong, you got to get this lawyer, got to be like pleading your cause before the judge.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4.
And you know what, man? So all the laws, when you go back to the scriptures, Esau just added all these legislations, his Roman legislation. He just doing his own thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why it's really, as soon as you say when the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians, and the Israelites, it makes sense. When you think, okay, these guys in the land are meant to be them. Bro, they got in the land, what they do? These men are decimating, them men are in the land again, are getting wiped out. They're establishing all the things that are in America. When you had Bibi go on a podcast and boast like, oh, there's in Israel they're fighter pilots and women. That's completely off. Like what are you talking? Why you got women in the military? That's but then it's because why? They're really just they're not being Israelites.
The scripture says the land of uprightness is down. So they just go, they're breaking not even about the scriptures over there. Kosher pigs. That's amazing. That was what the Greeks did. The Greeks, how can you have kosher pigs? When the Greeks, in Maccabees, that was one of the ways to just defile the temple, the outer. Right.
Isaiah 26 and 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In a land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Jehovah.
Yeah, so that's a heavy scripture, man. You won't behold the majesty of the Lord. He ain't uplifting the majesty of the Most High. He's doing his own thing. That's why they're known as the wicked. Really, they hate the Most High. They hate the children, the real children of Israel. And they're wicked, the demons, man. They're morbid, satanic pieces of shit. And that's why it's coming out on Trump and all that. That they were getting down with all that, man. It's, you know what? Everyone was trying to think that he was going to save the country. And people in the UK were linked with Trump. Look, that was a satanic pedophile, man. They fuck it, I said it. He's going to get everybody out and all that. I don't know what was that. He's going to get huge. Trump's going to cause their predictions. He's saying, he ain't about your freedom, you stupid motherfuckers. This dude be working with fucking. They thought he was about freedom. Getting out of international banking. Remember that era?
Yeah.
Some people still, some maniacs still believe it.
Yeah, they co-opted that amazingly because all them truthers were just like, yeah, Trump.
Deep state.
That's the new, that was the new one. The deep state. And then that's what happened to that.
Right.
I don't know if Alex Jones is still, they might still be pushing
I need to check. Because there was something that was saying like he might have flipped on it, but I don't know.
Boy, he should have flipped.
Yeah, no. I thought he was down. That guy was going up in the White House.
What's coming out of the media on the truth? Like, you gotta flip.
Precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
Psalms chapter 55 verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, man, keep coming, you know, all that. Look, man, this dude's trying to enslave the rest, so that's working with Neuralink. And that dude, they're straight chipping people, man. Now they're chipping. Yeah. And then they're working with the AI orders, agendas and all that. That's for control, that's good surveillance orders, big brother society, all that. That was penned in by a lot of these people that were part of the same Masonic lodges. You know? The same people that wrote when George Orwell and Brave New World in the same fucking lodge as Alistair Crowley, Kidney Bingo. They were down with the same orders.
And the same that's it's really when the modern day is just do as I will. That spirit has really just been maximized out to any and everything. Because that was a form of demonic observation, and then that's been normalized. That's why it's like any and everything you can kind of any behavior you want to do, any activity, any act. There's no argument they can really bring against it. Anyone can just do whatever. Everyone's getting upset about Trump, but in reality, within the philosophy of this world, like why shouldn't he be able to do what he's doing?
This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yeah. I mean, basically, man, y'all don't know that everything that we're saying, that really the end goal is to get them chipped. That's why they've just done this, like we just mentioned, the GMSUK thing, and the whole, that basically stable coin. So they put stable coin in as legal tender. They're trying to basically digital currency. That's the
part of the system now.
right. So now what they keep saying is it's not gonna replace cash. They keep saying that, but he's also the devil. That's a lie.
Never trust that.
Keeps going, the banks are saying it, but then there'll be like like a business blog that will be like, is cash gonna be done away with? But the banks, man, they're trying to act like but I know they're being slippery. Because the one bank said, it was a contradiction. One thing said, well, we're not going to do away with cash. But then they had the whole video on the same page going, because everybody's going digital, everyone's going, we're going to adapt. So we're just going to have to go to the future. I was like, this doesn't make no sense. And they're blaming it on society and the people.
Yeah.
Like it's not planned. The banks are saying we've got to adapt because everyone
switched. But then the reason everyone switched was because of the pandemic.
Right.
During the pandemic, it was basically like places were like, you can't take cash.
Right.
You have to take card because you're going to spread the disease. And then from that, everyone got onto it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, once you get used to it, it's like, once you stop taking that cash, who's really going to be, standing in a queue to withdraw from from an ATM where you can just go. It's like even using an Oyster card. I don't even know where my Oyster card is. As soon as you start just like tapping the card, they're like, damn, well, it's like rather than going to the machine, popping up whatever, they made that easy use. But it really is just to get everyone into the system. Because that's the thing, it's like even with the crypto as well. The key technology underlying the crypto is the blockchain, where every transaction you got an address.
Yep.
They know exactly when, where that transaction is going. All these so-called criminals, they get crypto. Why is it they can use up their assets? They're like, oh, they can go bang, bang, bang. Okay, yeah, you're tied to this. They go on the dark web. All those, what was it, Silk Road, where they were selling drugs. It was like all those crypto transactions. People were getting found out. It's like, oh, that's his wallet. Okay, he sold to this. Line up with whatever messages they were sending online, whatever they put together. That's really where these technologies are. And then, that's something that these banks love to have already. They're the ones that have the payment processes anyway at present. So as far as to them, it's the next step.
Yep. This is Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Basically, everyone on every level is going to have to engage with that. Because that's really, you have people where they might think, oh, they're going to be, outside of that bubble.
Right.
But then really it's on all levels. Below, like the top upper crust elites. Everyone else is going to be on the receiving end, right? They're all going to have to engage with that system. It's like now with cash, with the bank system or whatever, getting a mortgage. These are things that you kind of have to deal with. You have people where they might be well off, But then these guys, a lot of these guys end up broke. There's people where they'll get in entertainment or get in certain industries, they'll be well off, but then they're still bound by having to deal with a monetary system.
It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
No man might buy or sell, say he that the mark. That's all this, the cash is going to be done away with.
Yeah.
The credit card, the contactless, or whatever. It's all going to be on that carnival device.
Yeah.
And that's really something that's become like evident. They'll switch from cash to like card. There used to kind of be a balance to it, especially when you go to metropolitan areas, the main capitals of the different places in the world, the most built up areas. That's almost everything you can probably move through cashless. There's very few places you have to use cash.
Yeah, in Somalia, 70% of their transactions is using the phone. Phone transactions. That's in Africa, certain parts. But Somalia is heavy on that. Like there's a blog on it, watching and shit. And basically we weren't accepting no cash. We were accepting it because most of the transactions there, 70% is over on the phone. We've got a phone system. You wouldn't even think that in a country like that. But that's how they got people tricked. Oh yeah, like you don't know what's going on, man. It's all digital things. They got smart cities over there. They got smart cities over there, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it's like even when it's funny with Africa, because China's probably the most ahead when it comes to like phone payments, etc. Those systems.
Yeah, so basically what I was saying is but how they're going to do it in third world countries.
They're not first world countries no more.
That's that's all that. Yeah, all that further. That's all you got to forget that. Don't even talk that.
That's some 70s shit.
Right.
That was made the
They're
fuck up.
second world country. Because my sister was out in Ghana and I was talking to her about it. She was telling me, yeah man, like everyone boats around. I said, oh, what's boat? Boat, like Cuba. I said, oh, they got boat over there. You don't know what Ghana's like. You ain't been there in a while. So I was like, shit. And I've seen like, we've got a lot of, American, British, or Dutch Ghanaians that always go back every Christmas. So they're part of the development as well as the Chinese. So they're investing into it all together.
I was going to say the Chinese, as far as with African infrastructure, they're the ones who've been developing it for like the last 20 odd years plus. So as far as all those systems of where it's like phone payment, whatever, it shouldn't be a mystery. But then it's like people in the West, they're just completely disconnected.
So they're ready for that system.
Precept. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. But when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
So the destruction is going to come swiftly. That's the thing. As far as like people think it's people talk about 20, 30 years. Right? We're going to be no 20, 30 years. A lot of these things, they're already established to where they can switch over to that system easily. The thing is like, as far as with like NFC technology and RFID technology, that's already implemented in a bunch of things. Because it's, what is it? Amazon is an Amazon Go store somewhere nearby. One of those, the contactless ones where you walk in, you just take the stuff, you tap, you walk out. And you one south.
We got a couple of them.
Yeah, they're kind of about.
We got in London, we got
Yeah.
there's one in like in a major chain in the Tesco. I can't remember, but we got a few of
Yeah,
them.
they've been pushing up. Like that's been something. I remember it was like a thing when the first one opened. Now there's a lot of it, and it's
Angel's got one as well.
Angel's got.
That's a big one.
Then China is China kind of they pushed that from before. They had it before anyone else, and that was like RFID tags and whatnot that kind of facilitate that. So then switching up, that's the thing. It's like switch over. It's no big issue. There's a lot of things where let it just be like, okay, transfer this. Because even I remember with like Oyster cards, there were people that would melt down the Oyster card, get the circuit inside it, and put it in something else, where they had like customizable Oyster cards. And you can do that with, I think, bank cards you might not be able to do it with. But there's like a lot of those things you can chop and change it easily. So these are things where it's like, it's really in place. It's just a matter of the justification, really, to push it through.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that you walk circumspectly. Not as
circumspectly means you're looking around, man. And like the brother's going on, you've got so much technology orders for this new world order all in place. So they've got they had the ID act that was that's in there, the passport, the British passport act. Just not to you, but you know, these orders are in. Whereby the digital driving license, they've got that one in there. The top full over. You can have an app that basically you don't have a thing with the driving license, it's all on the app. And then there's other things that's linked onto that. And then they said they want to make the birth certificate. And all the ID, so they've already got that infrastructure set up in the UK right now. The third world countries, man, they've already got set up in mobile banking. They've got all that set up. So every just keep putting, I know, double up orders, so they got that in. And then they're pushing in the crypto assets order, cryptocurrency order, whatever the fuck it's called, for the cashless society in Britain as well. So that's what they're doing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. They got orders upon orders, doubling up.
Legislation.
Right.
It's there written.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say as well, even with the crypto, I forgot, back in like 2014, 2015, there was like Salvador, there was a bunch of the South Americans, but they had cryptos like as, I think it was El Salvador that had it as national currency, Bitcoin as like national currency, but a bunch of them, they established that as a big part of the system. And it wasn't near the, it was WorldCoin. There was a guy that was putting the machines out there where if you put your ID on the machine or something, if you let scan, I think your fingerprints and your face, then you'll get cryptocurrency as payment. And they were doing that in South America. I can't remember exactly.
I'll go quick research. Daniel 12 and 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Now that's a sure sign that we're in the time of the end, because the book was sealed, but then when we sealed to the time of the end, now it's open. What's happened? Knowledge is running to and fro. We're seeing knowledge just compound, technology is just moving rapidly toward the time of the end. Basically, of necessity, because in order for the MOTB to be initiated, right, for the ICBM to destroy America, right, these technological advancements need to be put in place. So when you see things like this, speaking of 6G, basically real-time mapping of people around the world, those are things that are of necessity for the MOTB system to be put in place. Right, all these borders and these different jurisdictions being put in place as well. That's for that case, right?
Cashless fucking act. We're gonna start following it because they're already there. The Euro Act, the digital Euro, digital pound. He's putting the stable coins. That's which is a digital dollar base. They're gonna do the same thing. And it would be America, Babylon the Great, Donald Duke. Right.
Because I think he did, what was it? I think it was an executive order where he stopped the production of pennies. Because they said, pennies are useless as a coin and it's a waste of money to make them. So that's like, why is it he the one that brought it? And that was like, as soon as he got in, he stopped production of pennies. That's crazy. So then, and now
his face.
Yeah.
This is a trick.
When they wave on that.
This is a trip.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But then, it was like, getting rid of the penny. Why is it he's getting, like, as far as for cash, that's like, obviously it's not that significant, but it's the first step. Then bringing in crypto, again, the first step. Yeah? And that's
Gradualism.
Yeah, because with, I think Sweden as well, where they said like the vast majority of people do like, I think 90% plus transactions are done through contactless or through card. So they wanted to get rid of cash, but they said it's just older people keeping it out. So, you know, they kind of said we need to just find a solution for the older people, then they can get rid of cash.
They're a dying population anyway. The solution
And they're
is,
killing them off.
yeah, that's it.
Turning off their heat and all
That's
of that.
it.
So they-
That's it. No.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 1. Sorry, verse 22. It says that in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh
That's
shall...
we're coming in the change of world. All this we're talking about. God's going to scrap all his plans, man, that he's got going on anyway. So he's going to say, up as soon as he gets it in, and people are chipped and all that, then it's going to everything. Then the nukes are coming, because it says that he ain't really going to get to enjoy that meal. That's
Yeah,
what- as soon.
Soon.
Right. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Happy though.
Imagine that, man. You get a table set up, everything, you can
Yeah,
start.
yeah, napkins
It's
out.
right.
Men grumbling and stuff.
Smell the food, salivating at the mouth, wafting off.
The man's pouring the wine into the goblet, and then man just like collecting it, like yes.
Put the napkin on your lap. Lifting up the, you know, the little thing. You can see the milk.
Put a bit of salt on it.
Yeah.
Super.
Well, he got fucking. He's a hustler, man. He got A now. Right now,
What
he's
happened to
going on like that,
I
man.
think it was his shop. His shops were like run like shit. And overpriced.
Oh, okay,
And he was saying he was
violated.
violating hustling with them. I'm sure he was baiting hustling.
Because I saw the
We're paying
videos
so
of him
much
doing
money.
doing a madness with next man's women as well.
Yeah.
That's
he
what I
just
heard
got-
about, yeah.
Like you just see any fine woman who just come and just feed the steak to her.
I heard something about his workers and all that. He was paying him. I don't know. Who knows with this internet shit?
Yeah.
It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High Yahweh shall cast the furious of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Trying to finish the meal.
Yeah. She starts biting into the steak. He would start choking.
Oh, yeah.
Sipping some juice and start going.
Slapping your
Oh,
back.
oh, like,
That's what's going to happen to him, man. Stop it. He ain't going to stop. You know what I'm saying?
hey, stop it. This is Job. I'm gonna get the one in 5. Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their
Well,
enterprise.
you know, that's why they're going to pay you profits at. Because it just keeps showing you that things that he's going to try, it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
He's disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, set it all up and it flops. They got writings on it, writing about 200 years. They didn't go rolling and shit. They've had plans and all that. For years and shit. Slavery, all that. Let's say like, well, even if you go back to George Orwell's and all that. That was just a plan. That's all that was, a written plan.
They utilize a lot of that as well. A lot of those things, like even Brave New World as well.
Yeah.
That kind of is just the bread and circus, man. Which in the modern day, that's just how the new generation. These guys are born with an iPad fused to their hand, man. One hand's got the fear. Bro, yeah, and what's the fucking Adderall, bro? Adderall soma, man.
Yeah. Make some numbing shit. You know?
It's fucked.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of those like what they call antidepressants, antidepressants. It kind of seems like someone that's on them, they're just like, they're exactly kind of just get.
That's usually those antipsychotics. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Those things are strong enough. Sometimes you usually that. You got like a lot of females be on antidepressants. Yeah. Like, a lot of people in offices and shit. They don't really do that. They just like they be taking them every day. But it's the antipsychotics. They're the ones that
Yeah. Like the pill, that's like that fucks up their
the cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, they came up with a pill, and my woman was telling me this. Did you know they found? I said, what? She goes, they found that there was asbestos and shit in the pill. These women have been taking asbestos, man. And there was something else, another substance linked to the pill as well. But asbestos and shit. You know that. So these women they've been hopping on rods, but taking asbestos every single day because you gotta take it every day. There's one like Monday, Tuesday, and it comes with like the MTW Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They gotta be taking it every day, man. You know, so they're basically ingesting poison.
Just so they
Surprise.
Go on the carousel.
Right. Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
But the pharmaceutical industry, as you know, is not about curing people. Band-Aid, like it's just a, you know what I mean? It's still there. The block's still there. You just put a bandage over it. You ain't dealing with it.
Yeah, put this cream on it and come back in a week.
Right, or just put a plaster on it.
So yeah, your hand's still smashed up. Like, it's like, it's like big
But
man.
take it off to have a look off and just give it, put another plaster on it. But you ain't dealt with it and the shit's getting worse. You ain't actually looked at it.
Yeah, it's kind of proper diagnosis. The colours turning funny, like what's going on? It's like, yeah, don't worry about that.
Right.
Like, yeah, just take this 3 days for time to wait.
Precept.
Go ahead, man.
Sirach chapter 38 verse 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
What does the pharmaceutical industry do? You know what I mean? Even when it was coming up, using herbs and stuff like that in the Wild West and shit, where they started getting into, what did Rockefellers, set up that, pharmaceutical stuff. And the thing is, they gotta get herbs to make their poison, but then they'll just put all this bullshit, That's why like the diet stuff's coming out. Because a lot of people, because the food, especially in America, for a lot of the food, it's all got chemicals in it, and bad sugars and chemicals, and the wheat, they're not dealing with the fucked up with wheat, so it's not actually helping them. So the food's fucked up. So the food's fucking up and shit. When was it Jeremiah? The Lord made him eat Ezekiel.
Yeah,
the Lord made him eat dollars. Because it was a sign of what he was going to eat.
Yeah.
Basically, the food's all jacked up.
Yeah. I got that one quick.
Right.
Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
And then when you notice, when you go to the countryside and that, in the UK, right? These devils be like, they got their own local produce.
Yeah.
And the shit, if you ever have any of that shit, you're like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? You know
That's
what
where
I'm
there was
saying?
private butchers,
Right.
private like gardens, etc. Like they ain't dealing with whatever the fuck they're selling in Tesco's.
Man, that Tesco's.
That's not what they're dealing with.
Yeah. When you get a lemon from Tesco's or orange, like you have it, you're like, come on, where's this? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they say like the stuff for like supermarkets, it's just about the look, because people buy it just based on the look.
Yeah, that was the psychology that we used, and running the marketing that they do for food. That they get the tomatoes all got to look uniform. It's bullshit, man. There is GMO, and they won't get like, you get all like proper natural produce to all the women and throw money. They don't do like that. They do to get this uniform. That's why, man, a lot of the soldiers are all like the way the color looks. The shit they just like neon drink cocktails back. But it's sold all blue sodas and all yellow sodas. That's what it's
Yeah.
It's like with actual juices. It's like a lot of people don't drink actual juice. Men that don't even drink water.
Precept?
Body's men water, man, is like drink that water, agua. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bring it out.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
He enlarges his design with hell, man, so he goes around the world colonizing and destroying, you know, enslaving, you know, destroying culture. That's what he did to us. You know what I'm saying? We have culture and shit. No, but that's through the Spirit of the Lord is bringing us back to the house of David. Truth. Yeah.
It's really like you were saying, he's destroying the food. You know what I mean? He's destroying everything. Everything he touches, he destroys.
Yeah,
What is
man,
this-
what's up with that, man?
Everything.
How can you destroy it, man? That's crazy.
It's something, the things you need to sustain yourself.
Right.
Death, man.
Because that's why it's like, you know, destroying the earth. Like, you need the earth to sustain yourself. You need plants, you need certain level of nature there just to maintain life.
Yeah.
But then what you got, the oceans polluted up, you got the air polluted up, the food polluted, everything. Like, why is everything destroyed? But then that's the nature of the man.
When you watch a futuristic movie, there'll be grids like this and there'll be no nature left. And that's pretty much what the scripture says. If you win on, there'll be no Christian saved.
Yeah.
That's where he's going. He's raping nature, and then he uses nature to create iron concrete bricks. Where you can't breathe and all that. You know what I mean? I'm ready. You know what I mean? No, wait a minute.
Yeah. Kill Gates and that. He wants to chop down all the trees, man.
Right.
Kill Gates and that, you know?
Wasn't he the one trying to
Dumping
kill
like the-
mosquitoes as well? Like, genetically, they kill mosquitoes. So they stop spreading diseases. What he said, I'm like, bro, like, do you even know what impact that will have on the ecosystem? If you were to just kill mosquitoes? I'm like, this guy's a lunatic, man.
You said? Revelation chapter 11 and verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear my name, and great and let me read that again.
No, there's going to be actually a reward for the faith. A lot of people are getting judged, but there's going to be a reward for the saints. And that's why we're out here doing this. We're talking about that. Chariots and deliverance. Those of them, they're going to the chariot. That's chariot. So, I want to go in with it. Because the Lord, that's how we're getting out of here. Beamed up, brought up together within the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are going to get judged right there. That's the truth. That's just the facts, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to be saved from this, because this man's a maniac anyway. And there's going to be a World War III. Chaos on the earth. These cities are going to be fucked up, man. Death zones and shit, danger zones. There's going to be famines. I'm probably talking about Spain and Portugal and shit earlier, man. But that just had a blackout. Alright? And then, what's been going on in the UK? Oh, Co-op got hacked. So they had no food in the Co-op. This is real shit that's popping up. This happened. No food. That's probably got hacked. Who hacked it? Like, what the fuck's going on? It happened.
Oh, everything's getting hacked
Right.
down.
All of a sudden they got government websites telling you, or deputy prime ministers telling you, stock up on candles, stock up on, you know, they're talking like,
Like all the EU as well, they said it.
so why are they doing that? You know, well, we're in
A
a
lot of
time of
people
war.
ain't even got the money to do that. A lot of people ain't doing it, then people ain't got the money to do it. And the people are just like, you know, as we nerfed off. So the people are gonna be fucked when it goes down. That's where the chaos is gonna come in, man. You know, they'll start friendly at neighbor, how you got, you know, can I use?
Yeah, like blackout, man.
Right, yeah. Then it turns more desperate. I showed you that in that blackout show. Oh,
Hey.
right, I'm asking nicely. You know, I'm not gonna ask.
I'm thinking about pot, man.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about the same thing.
Every
Come through the door. Yeah.
picking a lot because he's hungry, please Edison. And he goes, sooner or later, people just are picking a lot coming through the door.
Blasting.
And that's how people are going to be because of the lack of bread. And for great tribulation, they're going to be picking the locks coming through the door, blasting. People are going to be getting bludgeoned. I was thinking about that today before camp. I was thinking about people walking down the street with shopping bags getting bludgeoned. You know what I'm saying? Like people with balaclavas on, or not even face covered. They just gonna go out there. He's got the chip. See, you might have the chips. You might be able to buy himself. But someone that ain't got it, they gonna be looking at that groceries bag. They gonna be looking at it, and what the contents is in it, they're gonna need it to feed theirs.
Yeah. They're gonna use the hunger to make people get the shit. You know, that's what they're gonna do. People are gonna go like, well, we need a solution. We need a way out. Then it's gonna after that chip. Well, they show you that in the Will Smith. You know, they use him for them film. I'm Legend. Look how desperate they were to get to the checkpoints. That's what they're gonna be like, man. Where's the government centers at? That's where's it at? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's
They always show you that the traffic,
Panic.
they're all driving to the same place. They're trying to find them government centers.
what was it? It's the same, The Walking Dead, man. The
Yeah.
first season. They're trying to get to Atlanta.
CDC.
You get to the CDC, they'll save all the cars and everything was fires in the first season was fire. It's like that's the thing is most people in a crisis, most people can't even deal with being hungry for a matter of hours. There's people where they'll be in the
Well,
but yeah, what
That's
you
like-
said now,
when there was blackouts happening in Portugal, I knew a guy that was there, and he said, I asked him, I said, how long did it take for people to start looting and robbing and shit? He said 6 hours.
yeah.
You know, it don't take long. Even shorter than that.
A lot of people snack as well. They'll have a meal and it'll be like,
I was
let
like,
me have a cheap chocolate bar
I
or
was
something.
like, oh my god.
So they don't realize people's appetite, you know, to
Oh my god, I was
fast.
here. I was like here, in and out, been to loads of places,
You know,
come
look
back,
in the fridge
just
and
with my
say,
cousin, yeah.
go down to the local shop. They're gonna lose their mind, man. They're gonna take too much.
Yeah, I've got a scripture on that. This is Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength and salvation, the fear of the Lord Yahweh, while Hashem Yahweh Shai is his treasure.
Yeah, but it's like just in a split second, everything can just change.
Yeah.
You know, these people are dealing with wisdom. You've got so much going on in the earth right now. And just in a flip of the switch, you can go from like mirth, pleasure to this chaos and disorder. Just like that.
Yep.
And that's exactly what
Quick.
quick.
Because any of these like war-torn situations, like as soon as you get into when like as soon as shit starts getting blown up, people are in fucked situations, madness starts happening. Like Ukraine, for example, you can look at Syria as well. It's like as soon as that was like, oh, it's going down, then it was all kinds of madness going down. And it's the thing is people feel like because it's the modern age or whatever, oh no, people are now they've refined their culture,
Come on,
they're
man.
civilized. You know, we don't do that,
No,
bro.
no.
I remember Iraq War, bro.
Yeah.
There were stories coming out of all kinds of madness going down.
depravity.
Yeah, when you said they're civilized, what did the Joker say in A Dark Knight? Again, predictive programming. These civilized people, right? When the chips are down, they'll eat each other. That's what they show you in. Oh, I just watched that movie 40 Acres. With Razala put it in the chat, and I watched that film. You know what I'm saying? There was cannibals straight up in that film, man. When these civilized people, they lose that civilization. When the blackouts are like,
No, you posted that in the chat about the woman sat down on ITV this morning.
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about her dad was
It's a cannibal.
I didn't even watch it, but I just read. I was gonna start watching it, but I read the comment. I said, "How is this guy still out?
Right.
He ain't even in prison. A man ate somebody, and the guy's walking around society.
Yeah.
So that really shows you.
Getting documentaries done on it.
You got man eaters out there, literally.
Yeah.
Man eaters, man.
And that's not even in the time of famine. So imagine, he just ate a stepmom because he got demons on him. But imagine the demons that's going to be unleashed when there's no availability of food. When the CCTV cameras are out because of the black, they show you that they leave the world behind.
You know what, man? You know that when they do these shows, they pushed off the trials, they got ants and
What was the one? Fear Factor.
Fear Factor,
I'm a celebrity.
Jungle, Tumble. I don't know what. And then what they'll do is they'll get these celebrities, man, and they'll have to do anything. And then people actually, the public go on the show. I've sat with civilians, or I've tried. I mean, I've brought it out, stop that, and they're like, yeah, but you know, he's on the show.
So what the hell did you take grand?
Right.
That's always where it goes there.
Right.
I'm like, bro,
Right.
you men are open to anything.
So, and then eating camel bone, the balls, eating kangaroo
Horse
balls,
fucking testicles and shit.
right, eating spiders. So that shows there that in that time, that it's going to be easy for these, for them to do that. It's going to be easy. It's not hard. You can easily see people eat anything. Actually, people eat anything right now.
Yeah,
They
people
go to
eat
drinks,
willingly.
right.
Yeah,
They go to-
willingly.
right.
They pay money.
Right.
No fish.
It's actually more of a what would you call that? A grand thing in
Yeah, like a
society.
delicacy. That.
Right. The more you go up, the more filth.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go to a top restaurant, you start looking at the menu, you're like, wait there, man.
Yeah, abominables. Like.
Right.
Yeah.
It's,
Where the chicken at?
it's going to say chicken.
Where's the lamb?
Right.
Man
Yeah,
said,
there's
oh, lamb
chicken's on a
testicles.
small print somewhere in the menu. You're like, what the fuck's this, man?
Said fish eggs.
Scripture.
Yeah.
Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
So you better off getting shot. So bleeding out. Because you got people over there hungry. They're saying that people are starving. They're getting
Yeah, this is fucking starving.
some of these cars, man.
Bro, this, I don't know what this about here, man.
Yeah, this is like one of the, anyway, looking out, shit. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, y'all got it,
Put
man.
it out, like, last week.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what this is one thing.
He's doing something,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Even like that.
Y'all got it, because,
Crazy guy.
Yeah, but what's going on in that Gaza Strip right now, man?
fucking take someone out, maybe.
They be starving. Hey, man, they be looking.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
They being described as walking zombies at the moment on the news.
Yeah, when they said, like, I don't even know, it's like maybe 3-4 different hate runs. The man said, like, it's they didn't want to make it. Or man go to make it.
Bitch ass
Wait,
motherfucker.
guys, they're through. They're through.
By design. You know, they're doing it by design.
Yeah. And with the Lord said he would make Jerusalem a burning some stone. So that's why the conflict's happening over there. Because guess what? The chosen people ain't in that land right now. And that time's coming. That's when there's going to be a time of peace on the earth. That's in Isaiah 2. It speaks about in these latter days. That prophecy ain't come to pass yet, man. But guess what? There's still war, right? There's still civil uprisings in that land and that. There's still, come on, man.
It's funny because the Palestinians are assuming a burden Like all they have to do is actually what which they can't technically do is just leave the land and it'll be cool. But the fact that they've assumed the burden of being a Palestinian, now you got Esau, the devil, you know, the so-called Jew devil rap bastard that he is, coming there and playing with them. But then after they're done, you know, they do their genocide on them, guess what? The burden's gonna fall even heavier. Because the Heavenly Father's gonna send forth his son and they're gonna get wiped clean off the earth. You know?
But that's beautiful because the Lord is showing that he's demonizing the small hats before the world, really. And which is causing more uproars of the people, which is again falling to biblical prophecy. Which again, Jerusalem being a burdensome stone is biblical prophecy. The least of the flock drawing them out, biblical prophecy. I mean, all of these things are taking place right in line with prophecy. So all we gotta do is teach the word and watch it happen.
So everything we've been saying is happening. So all this mystical stuff, I've been thinking about that. That's gonna happen too. When you shall eat when everyone ain't eating, how's that gonna? All that's gonna happen.
Yep.
All this stuff that we're saying, the chip, the society's cut, like everyone, people are confused in the lockdown. People are getting phone calls. People are calling phones. No one knew what to do. Everyone knew where to go though. But you guys, I remember you said, that's what I'm saying.
Prophecies that the Bible said. The Bibles.
So the same thing would happen when there's. That's why it says that people shall be winning in their power. You're actually going to get bright. You're going to be glowing as well.
Yeah.
Scripture.
Things are going to happen, man.
In
That's
their
where the faith. So you scoffers are fuck you, bitch ass motherfuckers, man. You ain't got nothing on us, man. Bitch hoes, punk bitch motherfuckers. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck yous. You know what I mean? That's what I got to say. Talking all this shit, man. Behind screens, man. Fuck you, man. Alright?
Yeah.
Go on. Isaiah 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So going into what the elder was saying, these prophecies are being fulfilled. And everything that's written in this book that we've been prophesying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is coming to light, is coming into fruition in these last days. Not one of these prophecies that we speak about and preach about is going to return unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai void, unaccomplished. Everything is happening, as you can see it now. The MOTB grid system is set up, CBDCs, the blockchain, everything is ready for liftoff, man. Everything's being fulfilled in these last days. Words of the Lord, man.
Yeah. And what the Lord said, his doctrine shall drop as the rain.
Yep.
Even the verse above that, it says, as the rain cometh down and goeth not back upward.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how the word's dropping, man. The word's dropping, and that's it. You can't stop that. You ain't stopping the flow. You can't stop it.
And you can tell that
About that, son.
the way everyone's being impacted, like bro, it's like the elite, the action they're taking is really off the back of this word's going out, it's being fulfilled. They're packed into a corner, really.
That's right.
That's why it's like everyone's heard it. They're kind of like, damn, this thing's real. Now they're scrambling.
Revelation 12 and 12, the brother already earlier. Esau's under pressure. That's what a lot of people don't know. These elites, they're shaking in their boots. They are going shiver me ticker. That's what they're doing. They're petrified. Like the day by day, when they see these things they can't account for, they're really thinking like, what the fuck?
We need to like give this power, man. This is some of mine. It's like when you get changed, you're gonna be in a bad mode. You're gonna be like your whole shy, but before that, there's good. We're gonna be healing. We're gonna have thought. We're gonna have a portion of the spirit. Because that happened even on this side. Before, like King David, and then we had power. King Solomon, Samson. They had powers, man. So the Lord's gonna give us powers. To a certain degree. Before.
And that's why they want to compromise our person. Ultimately, that's being done by the MOTB. But then when you even deal with the jab, what was in it? They said they had nanotechnology inside of it. It's a new form of mRNA. So this is to compromise your person. So the heavenly spirit can't rest with you. right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they know like if you left to your own devices, you can just wake up and be like, no, I'm an Israelite.
Tap in.
Yeah, they know they can't be. So what they need to do? We need to make you unclean. We need to make it to where the Heavenly Father don't want to deal with you.
That's that kryptonite.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why they
yeah,
call
yeah.
out all powerful.
Yeah.
They know that if we tap in, because you even had that influencer on
They
TikTok.
know.
And she would say, what if these people have some special power? Like what if they're just power, these black people are powerful? Like, and the thing is, yeah, we got the name of the Lord. We're Israelites, that's what we are. And the name of the Lord, that's the connection, that's the power cord.
Yeah.
Right? To the access code.
Yeah.
Right? When my Agent Smith said access code to the Zion mainframe. Right? We got access
that,
code.
I need it.
You know?
Even with these elite as well, it's what we're finding is spiritual wickedness in high places. So what they doing like with the left hand side is in the dark, but they're being frustrated there as well. So that spooky stuff, once it leaks out into the public, then what can they do?
Right.
And I think the AI generated stuff is part of how they're going to try and be like, oh no, it's BS, this is AI or whatever. But then, people see them things happening, then like that, then, what can you even do?
Right.
That's going to be melting brains.
Where they've been appointed bounds that they can't pass.
Yeah.
I got a quick one. This is Judith 5:20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and their sin be as their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, right, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. So when we're connected to the power source, they can't touch us. When we're in our right mind, when there's no iniquity found upon us. That's why the Lord said, look, if my people would turn and face the east, man, the Lord want them to dance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is you got the wicked of our people ways is they're holding us back. Realistically, but it's really the Lord's movie. The Lord's put a stupefied spirit on them, right? A dumb-ass spirit on them, like it says the ox knoweth his owner and the ass his master's crib, right? They don't know where they're going. They don't know where they're coming. They don't know where to go back to, But you see, we know that's the power cord, the name of the Lord.
Like they're calling on other gods, like scripture says, look at some of the last of it. You know what I'm saying? They'll be caught into all these different gods, man. And that's what's. So they ain't tapped into
that's where the gap is. And that's in the thing in DC. This is going way back, man. These men did the research. They were like, yo, how are we gonna take these guys down? Man, when the council was like, yo, our Steve was the sons of Ammon, I believe, when given the swarm. That's what his brother just read it. Okay, yeah. So that's why it's like with that, they've known from back then. So that's why it's like with the modern day, the black culture, the discontinued from your heritage.
And they selling it the way it is being sold, like drill. These new things have been really like they're captivating to Jake. I want to be like that. To the point where they have their life, they're set up.
That's really for the younger.
That's why, for the younger. But they will sell different. It may be
different things
in black culture.
Different decades. And it just gets rare.
That's it.
As it goes on. Now they can just sound like complete degradation. And then because of over the years they've been working on the brains, slowly
it's gone to that level. Before it's like the Cosby Show, like different things. Like I want to be like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I want to have that kind of, they're the things you aspire for.
And they were clowning in that, but it's more subtle. So, you know what I mean?
And you want to buy into the system ultimately because you want a piece of that American dream. I want to have a big house. That's right. I want to, have a brownstone in
the image.
Harlem.
The image, the golden system.
And that's written. The thing is at every generation, every little step of it, it's always drawn into the system. It keeps you bound to that system. Because that's the thing. It's like buying, selling drugs. Why is it you can do those things and still, like, fuck, these men are known murderers and drug dealers, but they're established as pillars of the black community.
Right, the movie 300, when that Xerxes, that's the same thing. He saw those because he saw, it's like they said, oh, we want Caesar. So obviously, well, them 300s, they were into whatever. They were bought. When he came, he said, he offered them, basically, he's pacifying them. Trinkets, lesbian women that you can get, indulgent, fruits, music,
Uniforms.
uniforms, clothes. That's what
Babylonian
it's all.
garments.
Man's got his
That's basically what it is.
Dorman uniform, yes.
Yeah. That's what it is. So that's why I said we're pipe to you. I mean, when people walk past us, I don't think, I don't taste right to me. Right, yeah. That's
Facial thing.
it. That's it.
That's a bit off.
That was a prime. That's what happened. You look good at it going.
So
Right.
why don't you look just, okay, if you trim your beard,
In the industry, they right there. I'm sure that's
Yeah, Lamentation too.
But you know what? Niggas do that because even in the time of Egypt, they wanted to go back to Israel.
Yeah, for the garnets and the leaf.
Right? That was more tasteful.
Yeah.
So that's what we're dealing with. And you know what? So there's a reward for the righteous. That worship the true God, the whole way on the side. That's the truth.
And it's mad that you mentioned about Egypt, Elder, because it mentioned specifically the garlics and the leek food. So that's a way that they can attack Jake too, through the food. Food. So when they attack, well, on the E, buy look, man, you're gonna want them garlics and leeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to be able to get that, man. Access to that. You know? Food.
Right now they got niggas on chicken. In London they got niggas hooked on chicken shops.
Yeah.
And that's low level. Obviously you got the traditional food, the Nigerian food, the Ghanaian, the Jamaican food, and all that. Those are other cuisines. Trinity, Trinity, all that. You got that, but what they're really pushing on Jake's is the chicken shops. It's ridiculous. It's cheap as well. It's cheap and it's tacky.
and it's everywhere as well.
Right. That's what you mentioned the food. That's part. It's so low level. It's not leeks. It's chicken. It's fried. It's like
Yeah.
So you try to put a leaf in the mouth
Yeah.
with JD. It's like a baby, just like, you don't want that.
You need the leek right now.
And garlic.
Definitely garlic.
I was like, you know it's all time low. It's now they're begging for fried chicken. Covered in leeks. No, that's crazy. Hey, Jake, go on. Sound like the over. It says, Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Yeah. So you get indulging in this is going to be a demise. Nero, Trump, any of these politicians, you believe in the system, that's the image of it. We've come out of that, we've gone back to the ancient craftsman. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're going to be rewarded for that. So that's what we're dealing with, that's what we're pushing. Okay? The truth, the ancient truth of the knowledge. You know what it goes blackie, that's not what we are. That's a name that you use so you can try and demonize us. Well, you had the Sakari, Al-Azhar, they come out and said, I'm not part of the movement. We never said we were a movement, you know what I mean? We're not part of that, it's a heritage.
Right.
We're not under a category, you got Black Panthers, then you got Black Hebrew Israelites, then you got Hotep in the Wabi. Nah, man, you're not part of the movement. This is a heritage, bro. Okay, so
But you know what? When, like you say, with spiritual power, you're gonna have people that are gonna see, the brothers, Lord willing, will get the power in that day, and they're gonna want to take after it. Like the vagabond Jews, like, yeah, let me tap. I'm an Israelite as well. Let me tap into that power. What's the name? Howard Shai. And they're gonna try to tap it. It's gonna be the same thing that happens to the vagabond Jews. Because you're not right. You're unclean. The Heavenly Father ain't evil. This is really this is why you gotta put in the work. No, there's going to be brother that come in the 11th hour, at the last minute. They've been sacrificed from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, what proves that? What? All I know is
That's it.
Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? But who are ye? You know what I'm saying? So they know who the men are. But if you get just a rusty nigga, you know what I mean? Throwing up the name of the Lord, hey man, people get prepared to get your ass beat. You
You're
know?
gonna get that. You're gonna get scoffers. That because it's still been the light and the protection. They're gonna try and run in there.
Yeah.
No, man. You crap.
The man was scoffing on him like 3 weeks ago. And he sees the power, he's like, oh shit. He's just running up. It's like, yeah, you know, yeah.
We're going to precept. Isaiah 29 and verse 13. And it says, wherefore the Lord saith, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might have the name, you might know a few things, but your heart, meaning your mind, you go back to the Hebrew word heart, it's love. Your mind is far removed from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Even if you do have the names Yahweh Yahweh Shai, you're not sincere. You're not of the flock of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's how it's going to be in these last days, man. You're going to have a lot of individuals that know the name. Alizé knows the name. He knows the Hebrew. He knows all kinds of things concerning the scriptures, but his heart is far removed from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So that's not going to benefit him in these last days.
Good one.
He said, I think he said that they are somewhere. That's what I swear he said. Sorry.
I was like, yeah, it comes up.
But that nigga, you saying about Sakari,
What a bigger.
my man was doing videos, being diligent. And then look, lo and behold, what came out in the end? This guy was saying the name of the Lord, this, that, and the other. Obviously they was practicing these, these whole image.
Yeah.
So you don't have to bow down to Yahweh Shai, all these different things. Come on, starting beef within the Northwest, Pacific camp, over in Seattle, all the little things,
Yeah, this is Acts chapter 8, verse 18. And I'm going to get it in the NOT. It says, when Simon saw that the Spirit was given when the apostles had laid their hands on people, he offered them money to buy this power. Let me have this power too, he exclaimed, so that when I lay my hands on people, they will receive the Holy Spirit. But Peter replied, may your money be destroyed with you, for thinking that the Most High's gift can be bought. So you're going to have people like that too, thinking that they can get up in this some other way. Right? But the scripture says, anyone come up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. Or can I offer you money? But it's all about the intent. You know what I'm saying?
The elect are chosen
Right.
before, it's not even really, it's a gift, it's an inheritance.
Predestined.
Predestined for this granted,
Yeah.
man. You can't buy that.
Don't buy that.
You're only part of it, so it's not.
Yeah, negotiations.
Why do you do it?
So what do I need you on the watch? I'll give you a watch too.
That's bartering.
Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh.
Yeah, because you've got a lot of people talking shit, they don't want to do the work. They're well aware of the truth, but they're not actually putting their life on the line and just sacrificing their time to do the work. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, there's people out there watching us, and they're like, yeah, they know that what we're saying is true. They might scoff here and there. You know what I mean? Just got these weird characters, right? You got all types of weird characters. But they're not going for it, so you ain't doing the work. Okay, then you got sincere people watching, yeah? We ain't talking about y'all, talking about you got maggot niggas out there, you know what I'm saying? Maggot niggas and spicks that are watching. Then they scoff, then they call it lunatics. They scoff, then they call. And then, you know what I'm saying, they ain't putting themselves there. Doing the work. This is actually part of the calling. Doing the work is a lot. Putting yourself to be delivered, man. Because the Lord said when He comes, He finds them doing. So that's part of what requirement. You know, to especially in this time,
Yeah.
Got Columbus in the front too.
It's crazy, man. Let's read.
Precept.
You know, we might close out, right? All right, so let's read.
Matthew chapter 7 verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
And you know what? They're mad that we're doing this, man, because you know what? We've got these scoffers and these agents, because they see the impact. You know, the tribes are waking up, they're calling them the ancient Hebrew. They know that King David, Solomon, that's their culture. The real culture, because they think of it as deaf culture and basketball and sodas. Alright? But you know what, man? You read about David playing the harp. They didn't even want niggas playing harps. They didn't even want that, man. That's like, you know what I'm saying? We're in the road, because they don't want us to get into that. But you know, all we need is a word. So we're in the ancient culture right now. Through the word, that's the most powerful thing. That's why the names, you try and cancel out the names. Because that name is access to the Most High, man, straight up. You know? And everything we're saying is that, like we said, we've been talking on it, the impact it's having anyway. It's going to grow. Through the word, this kingdom's going to go down. The buildings are going to get destroyed. The famines, the outbreaks, everything through the word.
Esau's doing everything in his power with those military, AI technologies, the implantable devices, all these things. Right. Just all the carnal things, just be like, yes. Right. To achieve it, and then it's for us.
He's doing all that to actually stop what we do, to chip everybody so they can't, to stop their God dreams, stop the Israelites getting powers, the military to stop the Lord coming. Everything he's doing is actually against what we're doing. That's what doesn't win. You know, he's trying to finalize so the house of David can't rise up. He got the history. He knows the truth. He knows what's going on. That's why he's got agents running around countries. You know what I'm saying? Lunatics out there. Catching flights, booking hotels. You know what I'm saying? Unless they got other agent houses that can crash these flats and that they can stay at. Probably do, like safe houses.
Asian safe house, unmarked building.
Coffees, you know these coffee kits in there. You know what I mean?
They got angels coming down and fucking with them, man.
They'll get someone that will go to Yeah, a lot of people, the angels will give them nightmares. Like they are sleeping, right? And that's why the elites, they'll get nightmares and all that. So they want to do like, you know, we got to talk to these prophets. They shall go to the gates of Mobile, or everyone. Shall go before the king. So the elites, really, they want to
Honest, they won't answer.
Right.
So how can we stop this? You can't, bro.
Then they eventually want to have them conversations, man. Bring you in front of them, look. You know?
That's funny, bro. Just
Probably like, what's it, numbers 23, 24.
It's available.
A bit more in this.
One more.
Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Yeah, man. So pretty much, bro. You know, that's it.
yeah, I was like, bro.
He's like, he's got like, that's how they be going on the States. Okay.
So I was like, bro.
He's going all the way in. Alright, man. Hey, we gonna catch you brothers next week, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.